He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Well, we have made it to midweek. Welcome into a Wednesday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WYUF, ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM. Charlie is going to be our producer extraordinaire today. Today we're just one step closer. We're getting there, okay? Couple of high school coaches will join us because their season's open this weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow, live in studio, Gator Athletic Director Scott Strickland here in the noon hour. And then the coach, Herm Edwards, will join us right after that. So tomorrow is ready. Freddie Wiebe is going to join me. If you are into card collecting, going to be a huge show coming up here. Vendors from all over the place. Freddie will give you all the 411 on that. Okay? Also, yesterday, we did a couple of things, and because we're in that mode today, if you are a Major League Baseball fan, I'd like to hear from you. Discuss a little baseball today. If you're an NFL fan, I'd like to hear from you today. Talk about the NFL, okay? Because we're just in that space and time here where we are betwixt and between. I'm also going to make you put your thinking cap on here. You know how we always have done in the past, especially in the summertime? Either the Mount Rushmore or, top 4 Gator basketball players, top 4 Gator softball players, whatever. I've never done this. If you take away football, okay? Take away football. Who are your top 5 Gator athletes of all time? Not football. Not football. Because football we kind of do our, special category for. Okay? So, let's do that. Shall we? I hope. We come to you live today from the Southeast Car Agency studio, family owned and operated since 1979. Long time ago. Nearly 50 years in business. And the Cousins family has done the same thing from day one. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. I'm driving one now, and I have been for a long time. Go see them when you do. You know what to do. Make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you. Now, I want to keep Charlie busy today. So if you have questions, comments, and takes, I want to hear from you on our WRUF text line. 352-325-3777. Of course, YouTube questions, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, where Coach Spurrier does his banking. Founded on the UF campus and serving our community for about 90 years. That's a long time. Also, Facebook Live questions come from Ruzogra State Farm, a team of dedicated insurance pros ready to help get your life right with the right insurance options for you and your family. Visit ograinsurance.com and you can find out more. All of our calls come to you on the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. Same-day scheduling available. You can call them up for the best MRI and affordable prices and find out more at titanmri.com. And our email, you know it, srussell@wruf.com. And that's courtesy of International Diamond Center. They are the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. If you want fine jewelry, watches, wedding bands, engagement rings, whatever it is, these are the people to see. International Diamond Center. And first hour sponsor, the good people at Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since way back in 1984. That company is Quality Plumbing. And of course, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. All right, that's what's on the docket today. By the way, yesterday I mentioned who you would have a dream sports thing with, and Dean was late to the party, but I promised Dean I would read it. He would want to shadow Tom Landry for a week's prep facing Bradshaw in an upcoming Super Bowl. Yeah. I just read a book on Tom Landry. For those who don't know, I've always been a voracious reader, and I read mostly nonfiction, history, whatever. I was a history minor in college, and I've read books on Lombardi and Wooden, and it's fascinating to see the leadership and some of the things in those books. But anyway, I digress. Let me get to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Daryl is there. Hi, Daryl.
Hey, Steve, before I give you my 5 picks from Mount Rushmore, I want to give a little compliment out to Kevin Winter. I tell you, Steve, he's really growed on me, and I enjoyed his show while ago at Jaguar training camp.
Yeah, Kevin did a good job there. We're going to do a lot with the Jags this year, so we're looking forward to the partnership and have more of that.
Yep. All right, Steve, let me give you my 5 here. How about Brad Wilkerson, Vernon Maxwell, Neil Walk, Tracy Calkins, and Abby Wambach?
That's a pretty good 5.
Okay.
That's a strong
All right,
5.
Steve. All right, man, I'll keep listening.
All right, Daryl, thank you. That's a strong 5, no doubt. Again, if you're just tuning in, take away football. Who are your top 5 Gators of all time? And it can be for, whatever the reason that you would want to do that. Let's see. Yesterday, Mortal Jim, what do I make of the secondary watching? I think I mentioned that. Look, I think Florida's issues, if they have any, and they have, I think the starters, when healthy, can be okay, but it's the depth, what's behind them, that I think has to be made better. Let's get to Dean here. Hi, Dean.
Hey, good afternoon, Steve.
Hey.
I'd like to chat with you about the state of baseball pitching today.
Okay.
With the recent passing of Tommy John, and it just seems to me like I watch a fair amount of MLB. I get it streamed, and it just seems to me like 100 pitches, the pitch counts, and guys can't get past 5 innings. Though the starters, it just seems to me like are we better off than we were 20, 30 years ago when we had 420 game winners with the Baltimore Orioles or Greg Maddux pitching or Bob Gibson it just seems to me like, obviously with the Tommy John surgery, say some pedestrian velocity driven and they're trying to throw the ball faster than the human anatomy can stand on. So I'm not quite sure we're really better off than we were 30 years ago with the state of baseball pitching.
Well, I've had this conversation, Dean, with major league players, with coaches, both newer coaches and older coaches and players. And it's pretty fascinating to hear the talk. Because I think you can make a case for each, right? In the old days, if you were in the bullpen, that wasn't a great place. I mean, you did have guys who were used in, remember, save wasn't a term, right? But there were guys out of the bullpen that were like that. But starters did not want to come out. Starters pitched 110, 120 pitches. And, Nolan Ryan pitched forever. Tom Seaver pitched forever. But it's just changed. The game itself has changed. And I think in some ways the game's changed for the better. And I think in some ways the game's changed for the worse, because I'm not saying there's not a place for a pitcher that doesn't throw 95 or 96, but they're becoming fewer and farther between.
It just seems to me a lot of times, like I said, this year I've watched more baseball than I have in years. It just seems to me you bring a guy in, a specialist, he can't get the ball over the plate, though, and then he walks someone, and then the next guy comes up and hits a home run or, gets a triple or something. And it just seems to be these specialists, to me, either they're on or they're off, though, as far as being able to get people.
But that's always been the case. I mean, let's not overthink that, Dean. If a starter in the old days went out and somebody else came in and didn't do the job, same thing. They weren't labeled a specialist then, but that's the story of baseball since the game began, right? You bring in somebody in relief, they either do the job or they don't. Now, you have the setup man, you have the closer. You didn't have that back in the day, but you still had people who came in for a starting pitcher who was there to do a particular job. So that part of it hasn't changed. It's just that starters don't go as long now. They're not asked to go as long now. And I don't know if that's good or bad.
So do you believe that there's a correlation of the velocity, though, and the effect on the anatomy of the UCL, though, and having to replace
yes.
that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Kids now, first of all, more than ever play year-round, which I think is a mistake. I think a kid should play as many sports as they can, because they're not going to be able to play them, after a while. That's A. B, there's so much emphasis on velocity now and throwing breaking balls when you're 11 years old. That's one of the reasons why you see pitchers that, have to have Tommy John at a really young age. And so, and remember, there were pitchers, even back in the day, Nolan Ryan, Seaver, that threw hard. Koufax. Now, Koufax got hurt, had to retire early, but they were fewer and farther between, certainly. And remember, they logged more innings than what these guys do, too. So, I'm a big history guy. In 68, when Yastrzemski hit 301 to lead the American League, they lowered the mound. And there are a few more. There's a few more 300 hitters now this year, but if that trend continues, people don't care about batting average now. You can hit 220 and hit 35 homers, and you're going to get paid a lot of money. That's just how the game has changed too. Okay.
Yeah, that year, that 68, that was the year that Danny McLean won 31 games as well.
Correct. That's right. And that's, again, because of all of that, lowered the mound. Dean, I got to run to a break. I appreciate you. Thank you. We'll take a break. We're going to talk to Buchholz football coach Mark Whittemore about their exhibition game, so to speak, and their opener this weekend. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WYUF. Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45 plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45 plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, and fun.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their pressed ciabatta pesto chicken with fries, grilled chicken, assorted roast peppers, mushrooms, mozzarella, and pesto aioli.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-thru, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread and over, under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
I love the colorful clothes you wear and the way the
sunlight play here all summer long. WRUF.
I hear the sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts.
I could just listen to that, but I can't. I got to do a show here. Welcome back to the sports scene here as you listen on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM, WRUF. Let us now go to our Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. And again, all of our guests coming to you courtesy of Meldon Law. Mark Whittemore, the Buchholz coach, joins us here now as Buchholz opens its regular season this weekend. Mark, welcome.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well. Tell me about the opener or whatever you want to call it. What happened last week? What'd you like? What didn't you like?
Yeah, well, before we do, man, I could have listened to the Beach Boys a little bit too, I think.
Yeah,
no doubt. Here, I mean, soaking it up. Okay, anyways, yeah, a huge game for us. This is our opener versus Vanguard. We played about 25 times over the years. They've got the series by a touch, few games. A lot of great players have played in this game, and it's exciting every year to to open up down there at Booster Stadium or here at Citizens. This year it's at Booster. And once again, Vanguard is loaded to the gills with athletes.
Tell me about last week and how your exhibition went.
It went really well, Steve. We faced the defending state champs, Lake Mary, from 6A, highest classification. And, they were put together well, had a couple of running backs that are Division I caliber. And, really, really good for us. We got to travel down there, have that test of, a Thursday travel game. We had a lightning delay for about an hour and got out there and were able to, we didn't play super well in the first half, but able to put the wheels on and grind out a W there in the second. So feel good about where we are as a team, and that was a good test for us.
I guess when you look at a roster this week and somebody asks you, like I'm going to now, what do you think the strength of your team is? Certainly that can change if I talk to you in November. But as you look at your team now, to answer that question, where would you go with it?
Well, our offensive line on paper is, probably our most stacked unit from a standpoint of, just the individual players, their collegiate offers, their upside, physically. I think that we showed that Thursday night against, like I said, the defending state champs. We were able to push them around a little bit and lean on our big hog mollies, I like to call them. And so, right now that's a real good indicator for us, because if you're good up front, as you well know, Steve, it gives you a lot of options. Our defensive secondary is playing really good football right now. So I'm excited about our rooms and the depth we've got. I think we talked about that last week, just the fact that we've got, some competition at every spot, and it's going to make us better.
I don't know, in all the years we've done this together, if I've ever asked you this. When a season starts, do you set goals? And if you do, is that something that the team does?
Yes, we do set goals, and we usually, most of the time, Steve, I've always been kind of a general goal setter. I mean, we want to win the district. We want to, be a playoff team, and then we want to win the state championship. Talking to you, maybe that's a chink in my armor. Maybe we need to be a little bit better at goal setting. We're so focused on being tough, being smart. Sometimes maybe we don't get into that mental side as much of goal setting. I know some collegiate teams are actually employing, as an assistant coach, mental coaches.
Yes.
And that's, it's something that might, like I said, might be something that I need to delve into more. Thanks for asking.
Well, hey, we all learn, right? If we quit learning, right, we're in trouble.
That's right, my friend.
And talking about Vanguard, again, they've been really good for a long time, and I know you generally talked about them, but have you seen a lot of tape on them? What do they specifically bring that concerns you a little bit?
Well, Coach Farmer's always got a team that is very good at being who they are. They develop an identity. They play within that framework super duper well. He does a great job every year, he and his coordinators, of putting together an offense and a defense that really kind of accentuates their athleticism. It's actually pretty impressive. Last year they gave up one touchdown in 8 games there, and mind you, it wasn't us. We did win the ball game, but they did not. They gave up one score in 8 games, touchdown score. So they're able to really utilize their athleticism in ways that goes beyond just, a litany of schematics. And so, and it makes them scary, because those boys play fast, they play furious, and they play very confident football.
Well, it's what makes a game like this really good. You got two really good teams. Opening night, it'll be at Booster Stadium in Ocala. Buchholz taking on Vanguard. Always a pleasure,
right.
Mark. Thank you. We'll get you back as the season goes along. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
You got it, Mark. Thank you. Done a heck of a job over at Buchholz. Mark Whittemore. All right, if you're just tuning in, I mentioned let's throw out football players who are your top 5 Gators of all time. International Diamond Center emails here. Greg Mouse Holloway, Vernon Maxwell, Joakim Noah, Stacy Nelson, Jack Caglione. Yeah, that's a pretty good 5. Like that. Brian, in no particular order, Vernon Maxwell, Caglione, Bridget Sloan, Hannah Rogers, and Matt Laporta. Okay? And, sometimes your favorite Gator can just be because you were in school and, you saw that woman or man play. Tony says Brad Wilkerson, Danielle Fotopoulos, soccer, Caleb Dressel, Vernon Maxwell, Brady Singer, and a write-in for Jeff Cardozo. All right, Dozo, did you call Tony? Come on. Did you? Yeah, come on. No, that's cool. Thank you, Tony. Now, sometimes, I'm just going to say this, when people email, sometimes it can be misunderstood, misconstrued, and I don't know what's in the water lately, but, I'm getting a little bit more of, that's not what I meant, or I didn't mean it like that. Okay, but I'm only reading emails that I get, okay? So when you email, just, be as specific as you can. I'll read it. I'll try not to interpret it. But I think in fairness, if you email me something, there is going to be a certain amount of interpretation to it. I think that just happens. And then Larry says, Luke Poulter named to Team Great Britain and Ireland's Walker Cup squad for the second time. Number 6 ranked amateur in the world, also earned an exemption into next year's Arnold Palmer Invitational. That's cool. Congratulations to Luke Poulter. And he said, did I hear say you had a hole-in-one? If so, miracles never cease. Agreed. I mean, that ranks up there with, God miracles, that I got one. He has 2. My wife's PGA coach in Orlando, Larry Rinker, a good Gator, has only had 18. So we have work to do. Larry, I promise you, I won't sniff 18. A, I don't play enough. B, I ain't good enough. But that was one of the coolest things. I mean, there's people that play golf all the time and don't get them, right? And I got one. So I'm so fortunate for that. And because it is something that never would have entered my mind, ever, right? To have that happen, pretty cool. We'll take a break. We'll come back. And then I'm going to tell you about some events going on this weekend. Freddie Wiebe, my friend, is going to tell you about all of them and how you can participate. That's coming up next as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City, serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here.
I felt like family from the beginning.
The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, three legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Sunday Night Baseball plays here. WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
You know, it's funny. The mamas and the papas who had some of the best harmonies in rock did not stay together long. And if you listen to some of their music, some of its lyrics that John Phillips wrote are very autobiographical, stuff that really happened to them. Underrated, I think. All right, welcome back. Tomorrow, by the way, let me tell you who we have here tomorrow in one day. First hour, Gator Athletic Director Scott Strickland. The coach, Herm Edwards. And NFL Pro Football Hall of Famer Tony Dungy is going to be here tomorrow too. So pretty good lineup tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned. Well, this weekend, some events going on in town, especially if you're a card collector, sports card collector, this is going to be the event for you. Freddie Wiebe is here to talk about that. That's not the only thing going on there. But Freddie, I know you are into cards, and I know I was, and a lot of people are. I'll let you run with this here. Let's start first with the card show at the Alachua County Sports Complex.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Yes, we have a large card show, the largest ever in this town. Typically, you see good shows and big shows in Tampa, Orlando, big markets, Jacksonville, South Florida, Palm Beach, and now Gainesville's turn. There's a lot of hobbyists, a lot of investors. Sports cars collection used to be a hobby.
In my day it was, yes.
And then COVID came. And it's changed. Now it's become a hub for investors, returns, and asset allocation with your financial folks. It's mind-boggling how all the big guys are now collectors, from Kevin O'Leary to Gary Vee to Serena Williams to Tom Brady. They're $1 million collectors for a reason. Cards are returning 20 to 30% annually. The GOATs, as they call them, are returning 40 to 50%. A Michael Jordan card for a rookie, for example, a year ago was about $4,000. Now it's $30,000. To put numbers in perspective. Also, there's the non-sports. There's the Pokemon. It's crazy within our kids' population. Moms and dads, if you're listening, this is bring your kids to. There'll be half of the dealers we have. We have almost 200 dealers now. Are Pokemon card dealers, and half are sports cards. And sports have taken off too since COVID. If you watch the top 100 viewed, streamed, or TV shows in America, 99 are sports. They're games, NFL, college football, SEC championships. And with that comes the popularity of athletes. And then this thing called gambling was quasi-approved 3-4 years ago. Now you have more people interested in the athletes, the performances, and now they're looking into sports cards for the same reason. And that's why sports cards are so popular.
Is there, though, still room, Freddie, for the kid, with his dad that wants to go in and buy a few cards? Is there still room for that in the hobby?
Absolutely, and it's just not, not everything is $1 million card or $3,000 cards. The majority are $50, $10, $80, and with prospecting and doing well, your cards will go up. And let's put it into our Gator world a little bit. A Jack Caglione card 6 months ago was $30. That same card today is $100 because Jack has an unbelievable 2 months of performance.
Yep.
And you're on the mercy of what the athlete does. For the old-timers and the, legend cars, GOATs, nothing's going to change to Michael Jordan's performance. Nothing's going to change to Mickey Mantle's performance. But the card value keeps growing because those cards are so scarce and people are chasing them. But for, the modern athletes, it's what you do on the field, what you do on that TV that we see every day will determine how well the card does. Another big one is Wyatt Langford. He's doing very well in the card business. And he's a local. He's a Gator, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of Gators that are doing very well in the card business.
One more question about this, because I've told this story on the air before. My grandma, God bless her, would go to the grocery store, and she would stop at a little candy store that sold baseball cards, and she would get me packs of cards. And even as a kid, you didn't flip Mickey Mantle card. You didn't do that. We were flipping them with somebody we didn't know. And I had collected like 62 to 69, and my mom tripped over the cards and burned them. She incinerated them. And I had a T-shirt made for her with a card on it, and it said something to the effect of, "I could have gone to college free." So that happens once in a while. Now that said, speaking of Gator cards, are they, even past Gator Grace, is that something collectible too? Do a lot of people collect, Tebow's or whoever as far as Gator cards are concerned?
Absolutely, and the values keeps growing up. And speaking of Gators, we'll have several Gators signing autographs Saturday and Sunday at the card show. And I want to mention this too, all the proceeds, ticket that costs $5 to get in at the gate, and you can buy them online as well. And all the proceeds from the ticket sales and the table rentals is going to Isaiah 117, which I'm sure we'll talk about in just a minute. But that's why we're doing this. 100% of your ticket sale is tax deductible and goes to the charity in the right place as well. But we'll have tons of Gators. I know there's Mike Zanino will be there signing, Ted Casey, I believe Shane Matthews might be there. We have tons coming to sign autographs. Also, if you have cards in your home or your kids have cards, we have certification and authentications happening. JSA will be there. They will authenticate and give you a certificate live in the building at the Latchrow Sports Complex, and they'll certify autographs, helmets, footballs, pictures, cards. You can send submissions to PSA, I believe, and there's 2 other companies accepting authentication and signatures and cards, and they'll even tell you the value of your card if you want to bring them in, and they'll value them for you and give you a price. You never know. I mean, you talk about the cards your mom burned.
Yeah.
Some people still have them in the attic or in the garage. You never know. There's a story of a gentleman that found a box in his garage.
Saw that.
And that card, I think, is $700,000. You know, you never know. Also, we have Jamil from Mealy Pops, our local card store. He's a sponsor. He'll be there. He's taking submissions as well. Jeff Wilson from Card HQ, the largest card show in the world, will be there. He has a 10 booth at the show. We have dealers coming from New York, Boston, Toronto, London, across the country to Gainesville, Florida. This is great for our economy, too, for our local economy,
Sure
our
is.
hotels. And like I said, we're expecting about 5,000 fans to come in and people. There's also a trading show for kids from 6 to 9 Saturday nights. Kids can come in and trade for free. No ticket needed. Bring cards, trade with other kids, and shuffle your collection as well, just to kind of keep the hobby going. Yes, investors have taken over the hobby, but the hobby piece is still there as well.
Now, besides this, there's a couple of other events going on too. Talk about those a little bit.
Absolutely. So this all started to build down the road a house for Isaiah 117 house. It's a home for foster kids that they're taking from downtown and bring them in and take care of them and find them the right house. And this is why we're doing this. This is why all 3 Heismans volunteered their time and their names to help this. It's a faith-based organization. There's 66 homes across the country. We need to bring one to Gainesville and Alachua County. So how do we raise $1 million? You do these events, right? And you get our Heismans involved. Never ever in a public setting has all 3 Heismans outside New York have done an event in public. They've been together in golf tournaments or what have you, but in a public event where you can see them, this is the first time. And it's going to take all Gator Nation to help. Our first event is called The Experience. It will be at the Sports Complex, Alachua County Sports Complex at Celebration Point. They will each throw 100 footballs, 7 yards or so. You will catch it. You'll catch the ball. They will sign it on the ball. It'll say, I caught a football from Tim Tebow or Steve Spurrier or Danny Werfel. They will be filmed on video and will be emailed to you as well. You can buy your tickets for that at fllegends.com. There's about 50 tickets left for those experiences. Then we have the card show we talked about. That's Saturday and Sunday from 9:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Parking is free in the garage at Celebration Point. Entry is $5. You can buy your ticket at the fllegends.com, or if you want to have a booth, you can do so. We still have a few tables left. And then in the evening on Sunday, the 23rd, we have the gala, the Heisman Gala, which is going to be amazing. Coach Spurrier, Danny Werfel, and Tim Tebow will be at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill from 6 to 8. We'll have dinner together. We'll have blessings together. They'll talk to everyone, take some pictures, and what have you.
Loaded weekend.
Busy weekend, great weekend, and let's all get together and help a great cause.
Okay, appreciate you, Freddie. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
A lot going on there, so that is going to be a big weekend indeed. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll open the phone lines for you. We'll talk with Newberry's football coach in the second hour. We'll kind of reset everything here as you listen to Sports Scene coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Wrights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra $399 per month, 2026 Chevy Silverado $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer. May include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus, food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
Every loan, every savings account, every family, every business. Together, you've helped Radiant Credit Union reach $1 billion in assets. That's something worth celebrating. Join us during our Thanks a Billion celebration all August long for daily prizes and special loan offers on auto loans, personal loans, and adventure vehicle loans. Thank you for making this milestone possible. Come celebrate with us at any Radiant location or visit radiantcu.org for more info. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect through this evening. Peak feels like temperatures today ranging between 105 and 108. We'll start to see thunderstorms develop later on this afternoon. They'll linger into the evening, and a few storms could be on the stronger side. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight, lows in the upper 70s. Tomorrow feels like temperatures near 105, again with scattered afternoon storms. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
When the truth is found,
WRUF, your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
all the joy within you.
The album Surrealistic Pillow. Now, I get it. It was 1967 and a lot of psychedelic stuff going on, but Surrealistic Pillow. But what a voice from Grace Slick, somebody to love. Welcome back to Sports Scene. In case you're just tuning in, hi, how are you? If you have a Facebook Live question, Charlie will get it to me, courtesy of Ruse-Ogre State Farm. YouTube questions, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, and we have some. Let's see, YouTube, Frank, have you seen what Cags has been doing right now? 278 average, 22 homers, 60 RBI. Is the sky the limit on the guy? I don't know about the sky is the limit, but he's learning. And it's funny, there were a lot of baseball people this year that predicted this for Cags. And remember, he's hitting 278 and went through like an 0 for 28 and he's hitting 278. So, yeah. Tommy, can you pinpoint any specific recipe to how the Rays are this good? Such as shock from bottom dwellers to top dog in a year or two. That can happen. And, off seasons now are interesting. The Rays have just been really good in the front office. They're very sharp. And the lineup is still very top-heavy. That scares me. If I'm a Rays fan, that scares me a little bit because if the top guys don't hit, well, the other guys sort of pick up the slack. But they're really good at their farm system, and, a lot of credit for them. Facebook, Trent, if you had to pick right now, who do you think wins the starting quarterback job for the Gators? Philo. He says Philo has a slight edge. I think he would have, from what I'm seeing and hearing, he would have to do something to not win it. Gary, see the beat down the Brewers put on the Mariners last night? Yes. It was a touchdown and a couple of extra point conversions and a 2-point. 22-0 last night. You don't see that much anymore. No, and I'm glad because I sure as heck wouldn't want to see that at all. And then, all right, those are it. We'll get Rich real quick to close the hour. Rich, hi.
Steve, hey, how you doing? So I think last week you had mentioned if you're going to do, or the possibility if people were interested in doing, music interviews for part of the show or something like that, I'd totally be up for that. That'd be awesome. You guys are playing great music. So top 5 Gators. Alonso, even though he beat us up pretty good last weekend, the Rays, he pretty much destroyed us. But Alonso, I'm going to say Noah, Chris During, Ben Shelton, the tennis player, Jeff Cardoza. So question for you. The left-handed swing in baseball, Griffey Jr., we have a new guy with the Rays, Ian Hicks, Bonds, Williams, Will Clark, the classic left-handed swing. Why is it so much better than the right-handed swing?
That's a great question. To delve into this further, Google this. They just found some interview of some kind with Ted Williams that had been unearthed. And he talks about hitting. And when you read what he says in this video, it is shockingly like what a lot of lefty swingers do today. And, how long ago? His last season was, 1960, I think.
Yeah, right.
But I guess it was on YouTube. It's on the art of hitting. And he talks about, generating bat speed and the launch angle. And they had Joey Votto break down the video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll look it up. That sounds really good.
Yeah. It's really good.
Did you say the Coach Edwards is going to be on tomorrow?
Yes.
Awesome. We're getting closer. We're almost there.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Tony Dungy, too.
I didn't know that. I've been kind of listening off and on today. What time is he going to be on? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, tomorrow, Scott Strickland's here for the hour at noon. Then the coach will be here at 1 and Coach Dungy at 1:30.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Steve. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Rich. Real quick, International Diamond Center email, Sarah in Los Angeles. How about that? Sarah, thank you for listening from L.A. Top 5 Gator athletes, Trinity Thomas, Grant Holloway, Vernon Maxwell, Brad Wilkerson, Ryan Lochte. Vernon Maxwell has probably gotten the most votes. Interesting. Also, Little Sullivan, happy to be tuning in from Alabama. Love it. His, Wilkerson, Abby Wambach, Stacy Nelson, Al Horford, Corey Brewer. Also believes we should bring the old standing Albert logo back. Not as big of a fan of the Gator head as the primary logo. Okay. And then International Diamond Center email, Art. we know if Faulkner is going to run 4 wide receivers? Will they be able to run the ball and pass with time without having to stack the box with 2 tight ends? I think the answer to that is yes. Now, how often they do that, right? We will see. But that's one of the things I'm kind of looking forward to. I'll end with Mark. This will be my 39th year attending Gator football home games. God bless you, Mark. Each year as another season approaches, I get a bit sentimental. I think back to all of my memories going to games as a young kid, especially listening to you and Vattel on the ride home to do Dial-A-Score. That's right. While this is obviously a long shot, it'd be cool if maybe after a game, if you're choosing, he could call in from New York and both of you could co-host the post-game call-in show. I'm not sure we could do the whole show, but maybe get him on, for a segment. That'd be pretty awesome. Would be fun listening for some of us old-time Gators, which I guess I am now. For those who don't know what he's talking about, when I was a student, Larry was a student. He was a little behind me. And there was a show here called Dial-A-Score, which is the precursor of the Extra Point postgame show. And Larry and I and the late, great Jim Finch, he was a guy on the PA for years that did the in the swamp. That was him. He was our news director. And these guys are going to look at me like I'm 500 years old. But Mark, this is the truth, and you will remember this. Think of the name of the show. It was Dial-A-Score. Because back then, not a lot of football games were broadcast live. So people wanted to know, hey, is Alabama beating Ole Miss, right? And Larry and I hosted it, and we had other students who ran back to the Associated Press machine and would tear off the scores and run them into us, and we would have them on a piece of paper and we'd say, okay, Alabama leads Ole Miss 13-10 in the third quarter. And we'd get a call, who won the Slippery Rock game? That was I don't know who he was, but he always called for Slippery Rock. So, yeah, Mark, that really dates me, but I can't help, how old I am, but it was fun to do that. And that's a good suggestion. Larry was in town for a baseball game, but I didn't get a chance to see him. So I'm hopeful that he'll be back, maybe even get him in studio. Because, look, I've always given credit to Larry. He started this show. It was a 15-minute show when it first started. And so he deserves, and I've always given him credit for starting it. So thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Let's see. One more email is Tom. He says, what time is Coach Dungy coming on? 1:30 tomorrow. 1:30. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll open phone lines and all of that for hour or two of Sports Scene. Newberry's football coach Edward Johnson will join us top of the hour. The rest of the time, it's us as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
College football is about to kick off, and there's no better way to experience every touchdown, every big play, and every unforgettable rivalry than with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Our Town Magazine and the Builders Association of North Central Florida invite you to the Our Town Home and Garden Show, August 29th and 30th at the Sports Events Center at Celebration Point. Presented by Entrust Roofing and Visit Gainesville, featuring over 150 vendors with exclusive deals for all of your home, garden, and patio needs. From landscaping inspiration to the latest upgrades and renovation projects. Tickets are only $5 and children 10 and under are free. Check us out online at GainesvilleHomeandGarden.com. We'll see you there.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's been broadcasting Gator sports for more than 30 years. He's seen it all and spoken with everyone. This is Sports Scene with Steve Russell.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency. And brought to you in part by Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Meldon Law, UF Orthopedics, Atlantic Roofing, Ruzogra State Farm, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, Sensei Asian Bistro, and the head beer coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's the Dean of Gator Sports, Steve Russell.
Welcome to Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this hump day. Charlie is our producer today as we come to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio. Remember, the Cousins family in business for nearly 50 years, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles, quality, selection, value, trust, longevity. All those things apply to our friends at Southeast Car Agency. Many thanks to Quality Plumbing for sponsoring the first hour of the show. Second hour brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza, perfect for lunch, dinner, or those late-night cravings. Nobody delivers like Domino's. You can order at GatorDomino's.com. We're going to go to our Titan MRI imaging phone line. And again, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law. Won't back down, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Local high school football begins in earnest this weekend in Newberry, opening its season with an opponent that Coach Edward Johnson will tell you about momentarily. Good to have you back, Coach. Let's go back to last week. Your thoughts on what happened there.
Good afternoon, Steve. Appreciate you having me on again. It was a frustrating week last week. We actually never hit the field. So good thing is we got out health-wise pretty good, but, definitely need to get out there and iron out some of the kinks and, get ready for this week 1 game. Yeah,
Newberry Santa Fe, that's always interesting.
It is. It's a big rivalry game. It's our closest opponent we play as far as mileage, and all these guys know each other going back, and Coach Graham has done an excellent job over there since he's been there. So it's going to be an exciting game Friday night.
We talked about your team and how you might look. Have you had a chance to look at a lot of Santa Fe? And again, it's a new team, but from last year, what Ernest does there, what do you see with the Raiders?
They're a run-first team, surprisingly, with Ernest, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're going to run the ball. They're going to try to be physical up front and dominant. They're very disciplined. Their guys fly around to the ball. And they got some athletes. They can be explosive when they need to. So, we're definitely going to have our hands full.
There's always, for good programs, there's always expectations. I asked Coach Whittemore this today. I don't think I've ever asked you this. Are you one of those coaches that sets goals? Do you say to your team, hey, we want to do this? Do you let your team do it, or does that just take care of itself?
No, we definitely write those things down, talk about them. We set goals. Every year goals to win district championship, make it to the playoffs, and be a state championship contender. Those are always our 3 goals, no matter what the year is. And then we'll build off of that. Like, we let guys have individual goals, but you got to be goal-oriented in this business. Not you just, you're trying to swim upstream.
Yeah, you sure are. Let me ask this. When you look at your team this year, we talked about it a little bit last week, but in terms of leadership, guys you trust to help in that regard, are you satisfied there?
Oh, yeah. I think our senior class has really taken this team, and they're pushing them. They're pushing them hard, pushing them the right way. But they're definitely challenging guys every single day. Guys like Darius DeBose, Marcus Wimberly, just to name a few, Elijah Scott. They definitely, leading by example, but also encouraging word or, kicking the butt when we need to get going. Those guys have done a great job.
It's been an interesting couple of years, hasn't it? 2024, you do really well, 10-2 or 10-3. You didn't have a winning record last year, but you go back to the playoffs. You've seen a lot last couple of years. A lot of different things have happened, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely high school football for sure, right? You get those kids to cycle in and cycle out. We've seen the highs and the lows. But, we're going to always play good competition. So, we might drop a game or 2 here or there, but, we're playing some really, really good teams, some really, really good programs, and, sometimes that happens.
Early on here, I'll end with this. Sometimes you look and you can say, I think because of who we have, our offense is a little ahead of our defense or something like that. Is there a situation there like that where maybe one side of the ball, experience or whatever, a little ahead of the other?
Oh, yeah. I think, most of the time our defense is ahead of our offense, especially this time of the year, because our defensive philosophy has not changed in 8 years. Like we want to fly around and be dominant. So I definitely think our defense is a little ahead, but our offense has the right kind of leadership right now, and those guys are making good steps.
All right. Well, again, it'll be Newberry Santa Fe rivalry game to open up the season for Coach Johnson's Newberry Panthers. Always appreciate you. We'll get you back. Thanks for your time.
Hey, I appreciate you. Go Panthers, and God bless.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Done a good job over at Newberry, Edward Johnson. Okay. International Diamond Center email. BB, when you asked the question Tuesday about the statue In my opinion, it was already established that the Heisman Trophy was the first hurdle you had to get past in order to be considered for a statue. And the question was, if someone winning the Heisman was here only a year and left, should they still get a statue? Correct, that was the question. My answer of loyalty, history, and dedication were the additional factors that should be part of getting a statue, which were the exact characteristics Danny, Tim, and Steve exhibited. I don't think anybody has a problem with that either. I certainly know thousands of athletes have had the characteristics of loyalty and dedication to this university over the years, have poured their hearts and souls into it. Don't disagree with that either. So, yeah, all correct statements. Thank you. Tim, top 5. Jack Caglione, getting a lot of votes. Dara Torres, great swimmer. Vernon Maxwell. Jill Hetherington, and Abby Wambach. He said, hard to believe I shared a cafeteria with 3 of these legends during Jan Hall days. Hope the athletes at UF today take a look around, see how lucky they are to have this time together. Tim, that's a great comment because, look, I would hope all these dudes in front of me here, right, are going to remember what their time in college was like. And they have such an advantage now because you can stay in touch with a phone. There's so many people that I went to school with that I have no idea where they are, for whatever the reason. And it's sad in a way. But yeah, I hope that they would consider the fact that they are pretty lucky. Don't forget, Gators soccer opens its home season tomorrow. They'll have 3 consecutive matches, actually. Tomorrow at 6:30, they'll play Coastal Carolina. Then they welcome defending NCAA champion FSU. Sunday, big match on Sunday. A lot of Gator fans will go out and support the Gator team there. All right, if you're just tuning in today, because it's going to be, one of those days, your top 5 Gator athletes of all time, not including football. Not including football. And since we're in the middle of the season, if you're an MLB fan, I want to hear from you. Okay? Because tomorrow, you won't have time. Friday, you will. And then I'll share this. About 2-3 years ago, I got an email from somebody who said, how do you get your guests? And that's all it was. How do you get your guests? Joe, whatever his name was. And I said, sometimes with great difficulty, LOL. You take them when you can get them, especially this time of the year, right? When you're in this purgatory of, you're waiting for the season to start, but it hasn't quite started yet. So, but yeah, when we had a chance to get Coach Dungy, you get him. And he will be here tomorrow, as well as the coach, Herm Edwards, and Scott Strickland, the Gator AD, who's always really nice in coming on live. He'll be here tomorrow, 12 to 1. Okay, so all of that is coming up tomorrow. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll open up the phone lines, emails, etc. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Southeast Car Agency studio on WRUF. Hey, folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
For the first time ever in a public setting outside the Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City, three legends are coming to Gainesville. Join Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and Tim Tebow together with their Heisman trophies for the Legends Gala at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill on Sunday, August 23rd. Enjoy an unforgettable night of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 1:17 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread and over. Under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Stream all of our shows on YouTube. Search WRUF, home of the Gators.
You know, sometimes I just want to listen to the music. Okay, we'll hold up the calls for a second. Let me listen to this. Doors coming your way here. Welcome back to Sports Scene. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. That is where Keith is. Hi, Keith.
Hey, Steve. I want to give you my 5 athletes. I guess you read the last one from an email, I think. I couldn't agree more with the Torres, Dana Torres. Pretty decorated. I'm going to go with Grant Holloway, pretty decorated. Brad Wilkerson in baseball. I'm going to go Lauren Hager in softball, and I'm going to finish that with Wilbur Marshall in football. And one football comment, and I'll get off the air.
Sure.
So ready to turn the page like everybody. And the one guy they're talking about having a breakout year, and I couldn't agree more, and he hadn't had a chance to do it yet, and that is L.J. McCray. Fired up about seeing him and everything else. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Keith. There's, in my mind, and look, I'm not saying this isn't the case every year, but when you're in a semi-rebuild mode or you're sort of starting over again, there's guys who've been around here. McCray's been hurt. And I think, first of all, God bless him, got to stay healthy. But I hope he does, because then if he is, I think we're going to see a heck of a player. And the veteran guys that are here have really got to step up. You know what's interesting to me? Hayden Hansen left here. And look, I have no idea how much money he's making, what his thought process was in leaving here. But taking nothing away from Florida's tight ends, he probably would have been the starter here. Now, he's going to a team that is preseason ranked very highly. He's probably going to be the starting tight end. And he's, probably making a good bit of change. So it's hard in this day and age to say, well, you shouldn't have done that. Because it's changed now. I think everybody wants to play. But if you think that money doesn't play into this, it does. That's just the reality of the situation. YouTube comments brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Jacob's top 5. Parker Valby, she's really good. Trinity Thomas, Ryan Lochte, Grant Holloway, and Ben Shelton. Pretty good 5. Greg says, I called in the dial-a-score, would ask about the Kansas game just to hear my middle school age voice on the air. We got a lot of that. We had a lot of kids. Do you have the score of the Connecticut game? We had a lot of that back then. We did. Facebook comments from Ruse Ogre State Farm. TJ, I hate to be morbid. Can you think of a not top 5 for the Gators? Whether it be moments, players, or seasons. We kind of touched on that through the back door, but not through the front door. So maybe we can do that, TJ. Maybe I'll even do it Friday. Some of you will have guests tomorrow. But top of my head, I don't know that there's a terrible amount of those, but I'm sure we can come up with 5. Frank, I detailed my car yesterday and nearly fell out from the heat. My thought went out to the football team working out in that heat too. Something I heard about the first scrimmage was there were a lot of false starts. That worries me a bit. They can't afford to shoot themselves in the foot like that again this year. Also heard good things, especially with the linemen performing well. Here's wishing them all a safe and productive camp. Well, they have practiced in the morning a lot, Frank, to negate the heat. But they're going to start practicing later in the day now because they have to start assimilating to when they will actually play in the game time situations. If you're going to play at 6 o'clock, you can't say, well, we're going to play at 9 o'clock in the morning. You got to get used to that, and they're starting that process now. And look, I think when you have a first-year coach, most of the time you're going to see mixed things, right? You're going to see some really good things. You're going to see some things that, right, early. That's just most of the time, not all, most of the time, Frank. That's kind of the way that works. And it makes sense, doesn't it? I will ask this to end the hour. I asked it in a different form a while ago, but I'm going to make it more specific. I don't want you to tell me the game on the schedule that you want to win. In other words, I want to beat Georgia. I want to beat No. I'm asking you, what do you think is the most important game on the Gator football schedule to win, and why? In other words, shape the season, right? I have my own, and I have my own reasoning, But I hope that you will think about it in that context, right? In other words, if you tell me it's Texas, I would tell you you're crazy. And not because they beat Texas last year, right? But is that the game that's going to make or break their season? To me, it is not. Georgia is not the game that's going to make or break its season. I have a couple in mind, but I want you to think about it in that term, in that context, and let me know what you think, okay? Meantime, Mike emails. Steve, I love the show. Thanks for coming back and doing it. Glad you'll be doing the pre and the post game shows again this year. Do you think the Extra Point show will be a little bit better? Well, I guess better in parentheses, but look, you're not going to have the venom of trying to fire a coach. So, I mean, from that aspect, I think it'll be better. Look, there's no problem with saying, hey, why didn't he do this? But it got to the point last year, if you listened, you know what we had to do here. And I hope we never, ever have to do that again. Let's go to Bernard. Bernard, hello.
Hey, Steve, it's still off season, but a couple of things. Steve, you've been interviewing, you kind of went back to the time machine today. You interviewing the coach, you talked about Larry Vattel, and, I remember I used to get that Gator mail, now everything electronic. You had the Newberry coach. Steve, back in the day, and you said you coached baseball at Newberry. The Gators used to get a lot of good athletes, Newberry and Santa Fe and all these places. But now that doesn't happen. Is those small places, they don't get that quality of athlete? Well, what are your thoughts on that? I'm just curious, because as a person who follows recruiting a little bit.
Well, it's cyclical, right? If you remember, there's a kid from Newberry, baseball is going to be playing for Florida.
Okay.
So, right, Honeycutt. So he's coming to Florida. Ricky Nattiel back in the day, here. But if you think about it, how many of them have there really been? How many big-time players have come, from a smaller school? So, not a lot. And I think the landscape has certainly changed too. Because look, did a lot of players want to stay home and play? Sure, right? But what if Florida's not doing well, and they get a chance for a scholarship and go play for a championship? Well, then, they might leave. So, Florida will get their share of them, but I don't know that they're going to. I mean, again, because there aren't that many that are big time coming out of school. Those kinds of schools.
See, you back in the day, you mentioned Ricky Nattiel, you had Mike Nattiel, you had Mike Peterson, Zach Zadala, Wiley Red. So that there were a few. See, speaking of the journalism, I know you've been involved with journalism. I remember, and that's changed. I remember when I was in grad school, I would go to the library and read the different newspapers, and you had all these tremendous sports columnists. You had Edwin Pope and Bob Rubin, Miami, Herbert Mizell, and, and their paper would send them to the NBA Finals. If you don't, everybody's on ESPN now. You don't have those sound like to me. You don't get those great sports calls now. Is that correct?
Not well. This would probably take the rest of the show for me to do, but I'll synopsize it. The old days of newspapers and columnists, there's still a place for it, but obviously the landscape has changed technologically. So the days of, getting a daily paper and opening it up to read the sports columnist, those days are largely gone because everything now is on a phone or, social media or whatever. Doesn't mean that you can't be a good writer, but it means that the platform is different.
Yeah, okay. Steve, closing. Doc Strickland is on tomorrow. Ask him, I think Florida signed a 2-for-1 deal with UCF. I think we get 2 games in Gainesville. They get 1 in Orlando that's coming up. Ask him, has there been thoughts, maybe it's already in the making, playing that game at Camping World Stadium, which has a larger attendance? You would have, you got a lot of Gators in Central Florida. Be great for them. Not that they wouldn't have that drive and everything. Just ask him, is it going to be on the campus, or are they thinking about moving it to Camping World for a big where you can have a larger attendance? Steve, take care and have a great day. Talk to you later, okay?
Yep. Thank you, Bernard. I hope, though, you will do that because I'll probably forget. Think of some of the – now, I go back a long way with some of the local athletes that didn't – CI, right? Hawthorne, Picken, Florida. Linville Joseph played in the NFL, went to Santa Fe, did not go to Florida. When I was in school, Gainesville had a quarterback named Eddie McShann, who I believe went to Georgia Tech. Mitchell, kid out of Williston, went to Toledo. So, Clinton Portis, good player here, didn't come to Florida. C.J. Spiller, again, there were Lamar Thomas, a lot of guys that it isn't, believe me, not every homegrown prospect went to Florida. Many did, probably a majority did, but those are some of the ones that didn't and got away. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Final half hour of the show today as you listen on WRUF.
Your new home for the Jacksonville Jaguars is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City, serving you better.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Ever dreamed of catching a touchdown pass from Tim Tebow or Danny Warfel? Or taking a handoff from the legendary Steve Spurrier? Then you need to join the Florida Legends Experience on Sunday, August 23rd. You'll receive a personal video of your touchdown and your football signed by the Gator Heisman winner. Enjoy an unforgettable day of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of the Isaiah 117 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of Gator history.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Craving bold, authentic Cuban flavor? Head to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings the taste of Cuba straight to your table. From iconic Cuban sandwiches and fresh flaky empanadas to rich café con leche and perfectly sweet plantains. Every dish is made fresh daily for a true Latin experience. Proudly serving the community for over 23 years. And a proud supporter of the Florida Gators, Mi Apa now features 6 convenient locations ready to welcome you. Dine-in, drive-through, to-go, or catering, Mi Apa is your choice for crowd-pleasing Cuban favorites. Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami.
You know you're doing something right when your customers tell their friends and neighbors about you. That's why Ruse Ogre State Farm is proud to announce the opening of their second location, 25527 West Newberry Road in Newberry. From auto and home insurance to life insurance and more, if you're in Gainesville, Ruse can help you. And now if you're in Newberry, Ruse can help you. Ruse and his team thanks you for your trust, your referrals, and your support. Visit either of their 2 locations or call to get your personalized quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Now, this is a horse race. We'd be coming down the stretch of Sports Team for today. Don't forget, tomorrow, one of the better shows we will probably have all year. Scott Strickland live in the studio tomorrow, noon to 1. The coach, Herm Edwards, here. And then Hall of Famer Tony Dungy also here tomorrow. So we got a really, really good show for you coming up tomorrow. There's some afternoon baseball today. My Mets are playing the San Diego Padres. They're scoreless in the second. And Tigers and Pirates in Pittsburgh are 1-1. That game is in the fourth. Skeens is pitching after suffering from a tired arm. I believe they pulled him from a start, but he's pitching today. And then the Braves will play this afternoon. They'll play in Minnesota. And then the Battle of Chicago. It's very rare. Both teams above 500 this late in the year. White Sox and the Cubbies from Wrigley, and the Red Sox, who are now 10 games over 500 because of that hot streak they were on. They'll host the Diamondbacks today. Everything else is going to be coming up tonight. Okay, so that's what's happening there. All right, 392-8255. You can email the show, srussell@wruf.com. Malik thinks the most important game is Auburn. I think this is a real big game for us to start the Summerall era. We must win this game for mental momentum going into the season. Not saying it's a must-win, but need to win this game to start the Summerall era on a good note. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm asking you, what is the most important game on the Gator football schedule for you as far as the Gators needing to win it? And Malik says, Auburn. Okay? Dennis, I have to look at the video you're sending me, so I can't answer you now. I'll try to do that either tomorrow or tomorrow's going to be hard with all the guests we have, but maybe on Friday I'll do that. Okay? I'll take a look at it. In the meantime, we'll get Jack to give us his top 5 Gator athletes that are not football-oriented. Jack, hello.
Hello, Steve. Appreciate the call. I kind of ricocheted on your 5 greatest Gators of all time, somewhat away from the obvious sports like men's basketball. But what about Ruth Alexander, and what about Mick Hubert, Otis Boggs, and those type of people?
Well, they're not players, but if you want to do a separate category for that, they would certainly be included. Ruth Alexander was here when I was in school, and obviously did great things for women's athletics here. You could put Mick, you could put David Steele, Otis Boggs, who was my mentor here.
Larry Vattel.
Yeah, you can go a long way. So, yeah.
Well, appreciate the show. Hope you're enjoying retirement, and go Gators.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm enjoying retirement working. So, there you go. Yeah, this is not retirement. This is working still. Not teaching, though. That I did retire from. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, maybe that's another topic we could do. Top 5 Gators who are not athletes. I'll put that in the hopper. Let's see here. Stewart, I'm going to stick to baseball players I saw play between 2007 and the present. As a former catcher, the Big Z, Mike Zunino, Faedo, who pitched with ferocity, Kaggs and Alonso for their power, but fantastic guys, and the human vacuum, Casey Turgeon. Wow. That was tough and only one sport. Yep. It's never easy to do that. And I'm going to tell you, I think most people probably have, their favorite or whatever you want to call it. But if you ask me that same question on a different day, I might give you, a different answer. Larry says, Auburn's the first SEC game for Summerall and his charges. It'll set the tone. That's his most important game. Mine too. Look, it doesn't mean if you lose it, the season's over. But the programs are in such a similar place, right? First-year coach, trying to revive the program, once proud programs. Probably more important for Auburn in the sense of it being a home game. But and look, again, not to say that if Florida loses this, that, the season's in the tank. It's not. But it would be a big boost if they could win it. Tom emails, International Diamond Center email. Tom, this is long. I'm going to try to sift through it here. He basically says, he's asking me the athletes, I guess, that I have been around that have been the most fun to be around. That's really hard to answer. But I will say this. I don't think this would ever happen again. Back when I was working at TV 20, and I was a weekend sports anchor there, I'm working there now, which is kind of cool to be back. But anyway, I would have to come up with a story. And I actually got to go into the weight room and lift weights with Scott Brantley and Joe Wickline. And Wick became a coach later. I'm not sure now if I called and said, I want to do this feature and do a weightlifting feature, that I'd be able to do that and get the access that I got. Chuck Dale was a pitcher, and he threw a knuckleball. And I got to hit the knuckleball. I tried to pole vault very, very unsuccessfully. I'm not sure I could do that now. Now, Mouse might let me because we're friends, but you get the point. It was a different time. Text line question from Little Sullivan. The most important game, Auburn, first SEC game. It'll give us a better measurement of the team against stiffer competition. I had a feeling that would be the one. Sam, have you happened to see or look into the Mark Walter Dodgers majority owner situation? Interesting stuff coming out regarding his financial decisions and what that could mean for the Dodgers. This is coming off the heels of his sale of the Lakers that seemingly came out of nowhere. Any thoughts if you've seen it? I have not seen it because I still know the Dodgers have plenty of money to spend, and they are spending it. but we'll see if this changes anything. Let's get Greg here. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Steve. I wanted to say Auburn, too, and I know this we're all, piling on, but it's all the same reason, I think. We all want to see how John does with a SEC-caliber team. Same thing. I think there's two other interesting parts to this, Steve. I think the USF aspect is very real. I think they should go in there and kind of be thinking, hey, this is USF part 2. And the other thing I was thinking, and I got this from your commercials, one of your sponsors, Spurrier's kick was in 66 to beat Auburn, so it would be the 60th anniversary. How cool would that be if somebody stepped up and tapped in a game-winning field goal in the closing seconds to beat Auburn? That would be pretty cool. But I just wanted to chime in with that and say, yeah, my answer to your question would be the Auburn game as well as all the other people are saying that. Love the show, Steve, and go Gators.
All right, Greg, thank you. He stole my thunder because the week of that game, when we do Inside the Huddle with the HBC and Shane, that would be, it's a 0 year, right? It isn't like it's 23. It's 60 years since he made the kick to beat Auburn. And here Florida's opening up with Auburn, with a new coach, as I said, trying to resuscitate their program. That would be pretty cool if Florida's kicker gets up there and drills one on the road to win a game. That would be pretty interesting. Ironic's not the word, but maybe just cool is the word. I think that'd be great. All right, we'll take our last break. We'll come back, and then we'll wrap it up today. Still time to hear from you. And again, if you're just tuning in, we'll preview what I think is going to be a very good show tomorrow. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
At Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC, 2026 GMC Sierra, $399 per month. 2026 Chevy Silverado, $379 per month. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and no payments for 90 days on new Chevy Silverado. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. All rebates and incentives to dealer. May include loyalty, subject to lender approval. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Offers don't combine. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Galabank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Galabank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Galabank. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
America's Best Looking Cruiser contest is back, and the Florida Highway Patrol's Black and Tan Cruiser is going for a 4th straight title. This year, FHP is rolling out its Ford Mustang in front of the iconic Sunshine Skyway Bridge, lit up in patriotic colors to ring in America's 250th birthday. Go to flhsmv.gov/votefhp and follow FLHSMV and FHP social media accounts to learn how you can help Florida win again. And remember, buckle up and arrive alive, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A heat advisory remains in effect through this evening. Peak feels like temperatures today ranging between 105 and 108. We'll start to see thunderstorms develop later on this afternoon. They'll linger into the evening, and a few storms could be on the stronger side. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight, lows in the upper 70s. Tomorrow feels like temperatures near 105, again with scattered afternoon storms. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
The Tampa Bay Rays Hunt for October continues right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
And make sure and tune into the Rays as they continue. They got beat up pretty good last night by Toronto. Long ball hurt the Rays last night, but we'll see if they can recover. You can hear it right here tonight. All right, we will end with some emails, unless you have a last-minute call here. And don't forget, the Sports Lab is next, the tailgate following, and then, again, tomorrow, get your questions, calls, and comments ready for Gator Athletic Director Scott Strickland. He'll be here live in the studio tomorrow in the noon hour. And then the coach, Herm Edwards, here, and then Tony Dungy will be here for a segment, hopefully, too, because you don't get a chance to talk to him very often. BB says top 5 UF athletes outside of football. Tough to do, but if push comes to shove, whatever that means. Grant Holloway, Abby Wambach, Tracy Calkins, Caleb Dressel, Joakim Noah. Game to win. He says, I keep thinking Auburn, but I almost feel like maybe if the team hadn't gelled, if we lose that one, it's early. So then I think there might be 2 that come to mind are pivotal. Missouri there and South Carolina here. Those 2 might tell the tale. Yeah, and I think part of the reason for that, look, we don't know if Florida can. I mean, let me ask this. Did you think Florida, given the year it had last year, would beat Texas? Come on. Right? So given that, you never know on a given day, can Florida beat Georgia? Can Florida beat Texas? Sure, they can. But outside of that, it's the game, the 50-50 games that he just mentioned. Okay? If you don't beat Missouri, and they're a top 25 team, right? If you don't beat South Carolina, a team that, really struggled last year, if you don't beat Kentucky, well, now you're asking for it. Now you better beat somebody you're not supposed to beat. So I get the logic, and I just think we're at this point now. I know I am. This has been the longest month of August that I can remember in a long time, and we still have a long way to go before Florida plays a game. I mean, there's still all this time we got to kill together here before we get a game week. And then taking nothing away from the first two opponents, it isn't like you're opening up with, Clemson or something like that. You have who you have. And it'll be great to see a game and great to see with your own eyes what players do. But, that probably is not going to be the real test. So we'll have to wait even longer, that Auburn game, to sort of see, exactly what is happening there. Thanks today to Edward Johnson, the coach at Newberry High School. They'll play Santa Fe. Ernest Graham coaching there, by the way, in case you didn't know. That's always a big rivalry game because those schools are right down the street from one another. And then Buchholz coach Mark Whittemore, they'll play a really good Ocala Vanguard team in week 1. Friday, we're going to endeavor to have a couple of more high school coaches on. And then I'm hoping next week a few more ESPN types that will kind of preview the year. I mean, they are entitled to vacation, and a lot of them are on it. But hopefully by next week a little bit, we'll get a little more of a look into what could happen with Florida and into the regular season. But for now, that is Sports Scene. I don't know where Charlie went, but thanks to Charlie for producing it. But he took a hike, but thanks, Charlie, for that. Don't forget, Sports Lab is next. Stay right here. I will see you tomorrow for a Thursday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM, WRUF. See ya.
Stream all of our shows on YouTube. Search WRUF, home of the Gators.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their Philly sub with fries, thinly sliced beef cooked to perfection and topped with peppers, onions and mushrooms, and provolone cheese on a baguette.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com. The Florida Legends Card Show is coming to Alachua County Sports and Event Center on August 22nd and 23rd. Discover sports cards, Pokemon and TCG, collectibles, vendors, and more. Saturday show runs from 9:30 to 5, followed by trade night from 6 to 9 p.m. And Sunday the show runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4. Admission is just $5, and Saturday trade night is free. Plus food and drinks will be available throughout the show, and best of all, proceeds benefit Isaiah 117 House. The Florida Legends Card Show, August 22nd and 23rd at Alachua County Sports and Event Center.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.